All right, guys. So I've actually been kind of working a little bit behind the scenes and kind of coding uh, my first version of your the Hercules app. Now, what you're seeing here on screen is just an emulator. It's taking the code and actually, making it seem like, like I have an Android phone in front of me. So what this is doing is it's actually just taking, giving you an example of what it would look like. Now, obviously, this is very, very basic. There's a lot of stuff that we can do. We can obviously make the app, I mean the logo for the app smaller, and obviously add some styling to the text, and place a button here to make it more obvious. But again, this is just a very, very rough draft, but it's a working draft. So what I want to show you guys is, this is an Android phone, and then from here, we click on place order, and it would take them to the categories. I've taken a couple of pictures from y'all's Facebook, and I put it in here as, the category images. So the category images will be the same images that I'm using for the products, but it's enough to kind of give you guys an idea. So let's say that somebody wants to order, an appetizer. So they click on the appetizer category, and this says that there's only one single result. I haven't added any more products, but again, demo purposes. So they say that they want to order the poppers. So then they click on the poppers, and here they can choose to add, however many orders. On the back end, you guys can set an actual stock level. If you guys know that you guys only have enough for the day, and you guys know that you guys only make 20 orders of poppers, then obviously this won't let it order more than 20. And I think you can put, if I'm not mistaken, we can put a limit on how many they can order at once, in case you don't want someone to just hog it all up. But at that point, I don't think it really matters if someone buys 20 or someone buys one, as long as you guys are selling them. So once they have the quantity, there's a section down here where they can write reviews. They can write reviews, and we can also add social media buttons. So if they want to share, this particular dish or appetizers that they're purchasing to kind of brag, we could do that as well. But in the meantime, so they've chosen to order 6, orders of poppers. They're going to add to the cart, and it's going to automatically take it to the shopping cart. And we don't have to do it that way, but this is the way I kind of set it up for you guys. So as you can see, I've been playing with this already. I've been already, placing my own order before this. If they want to continue shopping, they can, or they can go ahead and apply a coupon, and then update the cart. And then here is the subtotal, the tax, and of course the actual total. So if they want to make any adjustments here, they can. They would do, they could do this thing here, update the cart, and then of course it would update the total for them. So once they're getting ready to check out, they simply click on proceed to checkout, and it's pretty simple. Name. We can actually control what we want to ask back here. If you wanted to make it simpler without the company name, up to you guys. But this is, the billing details, the billing address, and of course a very brief review of what they're placing in order, and then of course notes, saying, easy on the onions, add jalapenos, whatever the case might be, or be there in 20 minutes, whatever. So this gets sent out to you guys. So then from here, we don't have anything obviously activated as far as a payment form. So this is just a default kind of a demo type thing, but this is essentially it. So then they would go ahead and let's say they want to choose check payment. So they're going to place an order, but since I didn't add any information, it's giving me this error code up here at the very top. So again, it's got kind of a fail safe, so just in case someone tries to place a false order or something, it won't let them. And same thing with PayPal. They have to have everything filled out first before they proceed to the next payment. But that's essentially it. This is just kind of a brief rundown, and they can navigate backwards, or they can open up the side menu. And this it says admin because I'm logged in, obviously, so it's going to say my name. But if they created their own account, it would have, we can have it to where they log in with Facebook and it would have their name and their picture obviously here. It's giving me a brief update of how many items are in my cart currently, and then if I place order, it's going to give me the categories. So let's say that I want to check out the sandwiches. So I click on the sandwiches category, and it's bringing me to the picture of the Helios, and so on and so forth. So they can go back here, and we can make as many of these menus as we want. If you want to break it down from here, we can add, subcategories, make it as simple or as complex as you guys wish. But this is essentially, the actual working prototype of your app. And this is an actual app. It's not just a website, that's wrapped up in an app. This is the actual app. We can add texture to the background to where it's not so plain, or if you guys want to just keep it plain, I like the way it pops here. If you guys wanted to just keep this plain, obviously you need to shrink down the size of the actual logo, and we can stylize the fonts and add a button, so on and so forth. So that's it, guys. Whenever you guys are ready, I sent to Rosie the price. Obviously, we would need at least half of it down to kind of get it up and running. There are a couple of things though that you guys need to be aware of. There's a capability of this to push to have the push notifications, but the push notifications are the way they work is there is a company that does the hosting for that, and we have nothing to do with that. We just basically connect you guys with that, and I believe they have a tiered different levels, like a tiered pricing plan, and I think for you guys it would probably be about $50 a month to be able to have I want to say like 10,000 or 100,000 push notifications that you guys could use. So that's just kind of the way it works when it comes to apps. It's a little bit more involved than just a website. So there's the push notifications. There's the Facebook login. We can do the geolocation to where people can see where you guys are at, see where they're at, and if I'm not mistaken, that will kind of give them directions to where you guys are at. And there's a couple other different things that we can add on there, but again, I just wanted to show you guys the basics and kind of make you guys aware of the fact that for the push notifications, there's a separate charge that, again, that has something to do with me. That's just the way, this is kind of set up. And I'll host you guys on my server until you guys get to the point where I see that a lot of people are using y'all's app and it starts to eat up a lot of my bandwidth. At that point, I'll move you guys to a server, which you guys, that's the way apps ideally should work. You guys should have y'all's own server, because as more and more people access it, you want to make sure that it doesn't crash. And what else? There's a back end. You could, add the inventory, control the inventory. We could even swap these out to put special, messages on the front. That's not very hard to do. All sorts of cool little stuff. But again, just kind of wanted to show you, how this looks like. And let me see what else I can do over here. No, I don't have. Oh, here we go. Let's try. Here we go. Let's try to look at this on. Let's see. Let's try iPhone 5 and see what this looks like. Here we go. So it's a little bit smaller screen, obviously because it's an iPhone 5, but the functionality still remains the same. Appetizers. Obviously the screen is a lot smaller. Let's try. Here's that orientation. Let's try something bigger. Let's try an iPad. There you go. So this is what it would look like on an iPad. So as you can see, the configuration is a little bit different because it has a little bit more space. Let's go to the home button, and let's go ahead and close this sucker up. So definitely much bigger. Definitely much bigger there. And we go into the place order. Sorry about that, guys. My phone's ringing over here. Hey, hold on real quick. So as you can see here, there's the categories for the same thing that we saw earlier. When they click on here, again, the order process layout is a little bit differently here. Add to cart, proceed to checkout. And there you go. So different, just kind of showing you a different layout of everything. So if you guys have any questions, just give me a call and let me know as soon as you guys watch this.